Team software can help your company profit from efficiency. For 25 years, Team has been helping building service contractors grow while remaining profitable. Our integrated financial, operations, and workforce management solutions include everything you need to manage your business. Programs included are bidding and estimating, telephone and biometric timekeeping, work scheduling, accounting, payroll, human resources, budgeting, job costing, and financial statements. Visit teamsoftware.com today to learn more.
Welcome to Tripodcast, episode 345. It's Monday, March 3rd, and today Dick wants to talk about finding employees and how you can take advantage of the retirement dilemma. What's the retirement dilemma and how does that help you find employees? Well, let's listen in.
Today I want to talk with you about what I call the retirement dilemma. You know, just the other day I received an email from on an article that was published by Pacific Life Insurance Company, and the title of it was 18% of the workforce could retire within the next 5 years. Now, when you're listening to this and watching this, it's early first half of 2014. So if we push that forward, we're going to say that if this is an accurate announcement or an accurate article, somewhere first part of 2019, we could have 1/5 of the workforce retiring. And if you have a workforce that has quite a few senior citizens, you may lose some of them. So what are we doing about that? If 18% of the workforce could retire, it doesn't say here they will, it says they would be eligible to retire in 5 years. What are we doing about it? I see this as an opportunity. If you have seniors on your staff that are in their 60s, and in their 70s, encourage them to stay. But more importantly, or just as important, those people that are going to be retiring. You know, there are companies that have mandatory retirements in their organizations, which forces people to leave their company at the age of, let's say, 65 or 62 or 68, whatever. Those make excellent employees. And I'm going to also suggest to you, with the world economy, the U.S. economy, in the situation that has been, I would suggest to you that there are going to be many of those people that may be forced into retirement that cannot afford to be retiring full-time. Full-time retirement. There will be an excellent opportunity, excellent workforce for you. It's an excellent job to go out and recruiting. I have other, in fact, I've done a DVD on the subject, and I've done other podcasts on the subject of finding and recruiting workers for us that are over 55. Now, I'm over 55. In fact, I'm way over 55. Way over 65, actually. But you know, that group of employees generally show up on time. They generally show up when you ask them to. If you need them to work extra, most of the time they're willing to do it. I always use this as an analogy. If you go into a company that opens early in the morning, for instance, McDonald's comes to mind. Some of the donut shops come to mind that people can wheel in there at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Many times you will find that maybe not at the window, but back where they're making the products, you're going to find people that are over 55, because they are used to getting up and going to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Many of them have had jobs where they've had to do that. Some of them all their life. And over the past several years, the generations have not been real excited sometimes to be getting up that early to go to work. Or worse yet, they say, I'll be there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they don't make it. And you can usually depend on someone that is 55 or older that says, I'll be there tomorrow at whatever time, morning or evening. And you can usually depend on them being there and doing their job at the time they said they would be doing it. So, even though this may be for some a negative that people are retiring, almost 20%, almost 1 in 5 could retire in 5 years, I'm going to tell you that those of us that are in the BSC business and the building service contracting business, this to me looks like an opportunity. Looks to me like we're going to have an outstanding workforce to draw from over the next several years. It's just up to us to go find that workforce. There are websites you can go to. There are agencies within your city that actually have as their main objective finding employment for people over 55. So look at that as an opportunity. Look at that as if you're not already doing so, look at that as a whole new workforce available to you. And I would suggest to you that you'll have a very stable workforce. So try it. I know it worked for us, and we didn't have nearly as many to draw from as there, several years ago as there will be now over the next few years. So now's the time to get yourself involved with that age group, and make sure that they come in. Make sure that you afford them the opportunity for an interview, and if they are qualified, bring them on, if they're willing to learn. And again, you'll find that the promptness is there. So, just a thought for you this morning. Just a thought for you to think about the retiring of the baby boomers, the retiring of the traditionalists like myself, can be an opportunity for us rather than a negative. Thanks for watching us today.
You've been listening to a Tripodcast, short video and audio presentation about important topics in our industry. If you're a current subscriber to the Tripodcast, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber, please check it out. It's free and it's easy. Come to www.tripodcast.com, enter your email address on the right-hand column, and click subscribe. We'll send you out a new Tripodcast every Monday morning.